Okay, we're in business now. So I hope you guys are all doing amazing. I wanted to come on here quickly. And first of all, thanks for the people who are present, for everybody who's watching me live, for anybody who's watching on replay. It's always fun to actually share something that you've seen benefits with as many people around you, because, if I was looking for something like this without maybe knowing what it was, I'm sure that a lot of other people are. So without, taking a lot of time, I would like to go through a short presentation about detox. And I'm here to actually invite you to detox with me. And let me just share my screen. All right, so basically, I'm one of those people who never necessarily took her health very seriously at a younger age. I would take you through quickly my experience. I'm somebody who used to eat everything without really gaining a single pound and feel always good about it, until one day the bad habits caught up to me. And, you get into your kids and all that phase, and then I lost myself for a little bit, but I was always looking for ways to get healthier. And that's where, honestly, Arbonne came into my life at that particular time. So for the people who know me, I'm Rima, and I'm a graphic designer. I'm also, slowly but surely becoming a health enthusiast, thanks to my vehicle of choice that I decided to take part in, which is my Arbonne business. And the first time I've done a detox was about 2 years ago. And I would tell you it changed so many things for me, because it definitely changed my relationship with food. I'm not somebody who's here to tell you diets are amazing and diets work, because I don't believe in that. What I do believe in is actually healthy, sustainable, healthy habits. And something that, if you can do and you can share it with your family, then everybody's actually getting something positive out of it. And that's what I believe is something that's sustainable, because it teaches you to create that healthy relationship with the food that you're eating, and, getting rid of the toxins that are in our bodies and all of that. So at the end of the day, I do believe that we are what we eat, because what we eat dictates our energy, it dictates our health, it dictates how we feel, and it's super important. So our bodies, our bodies are actually designed to heal and rejuvenate themselves. What does that mean? Basically, if we are fueling our bodies with the proper nutrients, if we are taking care of ourselves, if we are eating a diet that's mostly alkaline based versus acidic, if we do maintain a certain balanced lifestyle, then our body is supposed to, protect ourselves and do its functions properly. So it helps you and serves you and stays in a balanced, optimal state. So the detoxifying lifestyle, we're not here talking about a diet, as I mentioned, but really it's a way of life that focusing on maintaining that balance that we want to have, so our body actually acts properly at the best way that it could. And if you did not know about that, the body is naturally meant to be in balance when it's actually 80% alkaline, it's 20% acidic. So if you're not familiar with those concepts, we're going to be covering a little bit of that throughout the presentation, but basically feeding our bodies as much as possible an alkaline-based diet and trying to stay away from acidity would be the best thing possible for it. So whenever we're talking as well about detoxing, we're not just talking about the food that we're eating. So the food that we're eating is definitely, we have three aspects. We have the physical aspect, we have the mental aspect, and we have the emotional aspect. The physical aspect would be the one that tells us, we have to feed our body properly and we have to keep on moving our body, and, exercise and yoga and all of these things. These are things that are super important for us, of course, but also the mental state. And that's what I love, honestly, about Arbonne and our 30 days, just because we are in that, at the end of the day, Arbonne is all about the correlation between mind, body, and skin. So the mental is super important, because when that state of mindfulness, when you are more in tune with your body, when you're listening to the signs that your body is giving you, this is really priceless, because that self-awareness could be shielding you for a lot of things. The more and more you are in tune with yourself, and protecting and shielding our energies, this is something that speaks to my heart, because I think that's what I love the most about. Sorry, I'm just cutting in. So for me, shielding our energy is super important, and this is something that helps us the best way possible just to protect our energy. We also have that emotional component, which is, how do we manage our happiness and how do we live really truthfully in harmony with ourselves and everybody around us? Because we want to maintain ourselves in a happy state, and yes, definitely what we're eating is very important. The mental work is very important as well, but also you have the emotions and the feelings, and who do we surround ourselves with? That plays a big role in all of that. Okay, suddenly I can't skip, I have to scroll, but that's fine. What's a toxin? So we're here to talk about toxins, and what is a toxin? At the end of the day, it's our body wants to stay in balance, and the toxins are here. They're kind of like those little obstacles that are being in our body. They trigger our body, and they kind of go make it a little bit off balance, and where it's supposed to function optimally and function properly on its own, those toxins can come and actually invade our bodies to make sure that it stays a little bit off balance. And that toxin level can obviously vary, and we need to remove and declutter, if you want, all of this through and we have few detoxing organs, which would be the liver, the colon and the intestines, the kidneys, the lungs for sure, and the skin. We always also forget about the skin, but it is our biggest organ. And the skin is here. I mean, what you're putting on your skin has such a big effect as well to increasing the toxicity level that we have in our body. So here is a list, and it might be a little bit overwhelming for a few. I know that it was for me, and I do believe that at different various points, we do suffer from a lot of these things, and I will be signaling the stuff that actually had affected me when I was asked those questions. So I would ask you, is your body showing stress signals? And this is not a way to shame anybody, because honestly, I've been through a lot of those. But, are you somebody who suffers from constipation? Because those are signals that your body is trying to give you, to tell you basically. And if you're not in that state of mindfulness and you're in tune with your body, you might not see them, or you might think that this is normal. So constipation, bloating is another thing, and I'm definitely have been guilty of that one. And up to like 85% of the population really walks bloated, and we think that this is normal. Aches and pains, we definitely are so good at attributing this to aging, which, if we're treating our body a little bit better, we might actually not have those. Weight gains, slow metabolism, definitely I'm guilty of that. Acne, rosacea, and other skin conditions. I had major rosacea, and at different times I'm very acne prone, but I would tell you that ever since I started eating well and balanced the best way possible, my rosacea was under control. And obviously also, because we're talking about the skin, when I started also putting products that are cleaner on my skin, it's that whole correlation that really made a big difference for me. Menstrual complications, wheezing, infections, cancers, allergic reactions, puffiness under the eyes. This is another thing. So all of those things basically that are caused by inflammation as well. Swelling and heartburn. Heartburn, a lot of people I know suffer from that, but there are ways around it. It is related as well to the toxicity level that's in your body. Where are your stress signals coming from? We do assume that it comes only from maybe the foods that we eat, but it is everywhere. Air pollution is all around us, and this is a major one. GMO products, I skipped one, water contamination, that's a big one. GMO products, unfortunately, everything, like most of the produce that we're getting, if we're not reading the labels properly, it is actually genetically modified foods, and it is, it plays a role, it interferes, and it's kind of a source of toxicity as well in our bodies. Beauty products, we want to put beauty products to feel better about ourselves, but at a certain point, these could also be things that are interfering. Pesticides and herbicides, overly processed foods. We want to try to stick to that area at the at the supermarket, where it's really whole foods, the most possible. Smoking, drinking, drugs, secondhand smoke, obviously, radiations, cleaning products. If you're rolling up your sleeve and you're putting your gloves on to clean the house, at least we want to try to be mindful of all the toxic and the chemicals that are there. Stressful situations, definitely these are, stress signals, and they will, tell your body to kind of shut down a little bit. Damaging people, this is another big thing, and dysfunctional relationships, because stress comes from different ways. And as we've talked about, the emotional and the mental state, these are things to be mindful of course. So I want to talk quickly, because we're talking also here about the 30-day program, because this is the program that I do suggest that really changed so much for me. I would tell you that it helped me with weight management, definitely improved digestion, increased energy. Energy is such a big thing, guys. Like, a lot of people suffer from a lack of energy. We're sleepy, we're tired, but the more you switch your foods, the more you are more in tune with your body, the better you would feel about your energy. Cleaner, more youthful skin for sure, and improved immunity for a better overall wellness. So why are we talking about the 30 days? And this is kind of part of the products that we are talking about here. So that's your, that's the products that will support you throughout the 30 days. So you're here, we're here, and you have all the help that you can. So why are we talking about the Arbonne 30 days? Because definitely it's a super convenient way of doing a detox, and it's something that's safe for everybody around you. And it's something that helps you adapt and adopt healthier eating habits and healthier lifestyles. It's a great alkaline program that supports better overall health. For sure, all of our products are really more alkalizing than acidic, and it helps you create better food habits that you will keep for a very, very long time. And I can tell you, definitely in my case, it's something that I cannot go without. I will talk quickly about the products after, but at the end of the day, with a change of habit for about $12 a day, you get over $600 worth of vegan, cruelty-free, formulated, gluten-free, non-GMO, no parabens, no, all of those things. So no toxic ingredients. We also have nutritional guides to help you. We've got a community on Facebook that is here to support you. You do have tons of recipes and exchanges of recipes, support from myself, from the team around you, long-term sustainability plan, definitely, shopping lists, tips to manage your stress, exercise guides, because this is really a holistic approach. So this is something that covers so many things, and you can get tons of information and tons of, meditation sessions, all of that throughout the program. Healthy habits and healthy habits tips, and these are things that you can keep for life. It's not like a program that ends and then you lose the resources forever. That's not the case. So how does the program really work, and what are the stages involved? So you've got your first step. It's, at the end of the day, we're inviting you to choose whole foods. So what does that mean? It means that we're going to try as much as possible to stick to organic produce as much as possible, if it's available for you. And we want to try to reach all the colors of the rainbow. So, if you know your colors, you want to try to get as many of those oranges, those purples, blue, greens, reds. So try to grasp as many colors in your produce that are that way. And whenever you're looking and shopping for produce, I don't know if you're aware of that, but 3 or 4 digits, it basically says that it's conventionally grown. So these are things that, would be something like, your regular produce and all of this. And then you have the things that start with a 9 and a 5. Those are organically grown. So you can have like a 5-digit number. Basically, it represents that if it starts with a 5 or a 9, it's organic. And then the products that start with an 8, that are 5 digits. Basically, they mean that there are GMO products, so genetically modified, and we want to try to stay away from that as much as possible. Eat whole foods, eliminate packaged products and packaged foods. I understand in some cases we do have some good options for pre-packaged food, so just learn how to read the label properly, and just to see what serves you and what doesn't. Avoid fast foods, obviously, and try as much as possible to divide your plates in that way. So we're talking almost half of your plate, fruits and vegetables at 50%. You have about quarter of your plate of protein, like lean, healthy protein. You can go organic with the proteins or grain-based as well. Complex carbs for a little bit smaller, and then a bit of healthy fats just to come and support you. So the healthy fats, we're talking about nuts, avocado oil, olive oil, all those are amazing options. And, I love the fact that it's not depriving you from anything in particular. You can still have all the foods in your plate, but just have better choices that support you. Foods to avoid. I mean, the list is big, but those are foods that are acidic and inflammatory. So we want to try to stay away from that as much as possible. Gluten, and I love the fact that we do have options, right? So gluten is one of those things, even if you could be gluten intolerant, but if you're not, maybe there are certain layers, because really the grain have been really modified a lot lately. So the wheat grain and all of this, we're going to try to stay away from that as much as possible. Dairy is a big no. Sugar, obviously. Coffee, because coffee is acidic, not alkalizing. So is alcohol. Soy, because of all of the genetically modified process in it. We can have some tempeh because it's fermented, but we're going to try to stay away from soy or all the derivatives that come from it. Corn is another big no. Vinegar, except for apple cider vinegar. And we're definitely trying to stay away from unhealthy fats like canola oil and, palm oil and all of those things. So we're going to try to choose as much as possible, replacing them with avocado oil, with olive oil, and, certain things like that. So at the base, if you don't know already, Arbonne really eliminates about 2,000 ingredients, such as parabens, phthalates, GMO foods, and anything that is inflammatory and causes allergies. So the third step in that program, now that we've, removed a few things, we want to try to come and we want to fix the gut. This is really core to the program, because the gut has about 70% of our immune system. We want to make sure that our gut is healthy, that we do not have a leaky gut. If you don't know what this is, it's basically when the intestines have holes in them, because they can get holes if we are mistreating our body, and then you have that buildup. So the particles start entering the bloodstream, and then it will mess up with your immune system, with so many other things. So taking care of your microbiome with our products. So here is the phase of that cleanup, and we nourish the gut. So we have a few products that will definitely help you out a lot. So gut health, the gut health probiotics, and then we have the clean tox products. So the gut health is basically it's one of my favorites, in all honesty. It's prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes together. It's got inulin, which is a prebiotic that comes from chicory roots. And then the prebiotics, they help feed the good bacteria that's in your gut. So this is something that is super amazing to build a strong, good, solid gut. We have also the Clean Tox tea, which is something I'm actually sipping right now. It's my go-to morning or evening. First of all, it tastes amazing. And then the naturopath that I know, when they read the label of what's in it, they said, well, this is something that we should all be having all day long. So I actually use it in the morning, and I keep on adding hot water, because it got milk thistle, it's got dandelion, so dandelion roots, which are, the combination is amazing. It gives that gentle, it's a very gentle liquid for our gut. Milk thistle, peppermint. I have a typo in my presentation. Licorice root. So it tastes amazing. The Clean Tox, that's for, typically we recommend that on our 3rd week of the 30 days. It has ginger. And it's got aloe in it as well. So it really relieves anything that, upsets your digestion and helps soothe the inflammation that you might have. Gut health probiotic fibers. These are the fibers are so essential to kind of suck in all the toxins in your body. And I love that our Arbonne gut health actually contains 12 grams of fiber. So what you need for your daily intake is about 24. So we cover half of that. Step 4 is here. Now that our gut is under control, we're here to give you all the tools to feel energized and to build and renew. So energy, I talked about that quickly. Basically, you want that boost of energy because we're mostly lacking it. And I love that, a lot of people tell me your energy is always on point and they're surprised that I don't drink a lot of coffee. Well, this is where it's coming from. It's coming from my Energy Fizz. And what I love about my Energy Fizz is that I substituted my coffee to something that's alkalizing instead of acidic. And it's got ginseng, which is really helps with the fatigue. So this is great. It promotes alertness and it enhances your motor performance. But above and all of that, it actually tastes amazing. So we have many flavors to choose from. And then we have our vegan protein. So designed to really help you build the muscle mass. Our vegan protein is actually comes from pea protein, cranberry, and brown rice. So it's a complete protein. It gives you 20 grams of protein per serving and 20 vitamins and minerals. But again, they taste awesome. And we have different variations between the coffee, vanilla, chocolate, no sugar or low sugar. So we have different options here. And then we renew with our greens. And this is one of those amazing products. So our greens are all the colors of the rainbow. So you have that one serving of fruit and vegetables. It's got 36 variations, and it's infused with phytonutrients, spirulina, chlorella, barley, so many amazing things. It tastes actually good as well. And it really helps start the day the right way because I love to use it in the morning. And then after that, it's all great. It's not just the program, as I mentioned, about what you're eating, but it's also how to manage stress, because to be helping ourselves and our mind the best way possible, we want to really make sure that we're getting rid of all toxins. And one of those things is definitely the stress that we live. So some of the suggestions that we have to help you, that I have to help you with stress levels, would be definitely exercise. I mean, exercise is one of the first things. We have to move our bodies daily. And I actually committed to starting a 30-day straight workout, and it's going amazingly well. I'm on my day 22. And it will help you reduce your stress, sweat out the toxins, because we want to get rid of that, support your bones, your joints, and manage your weight. Meditation is another thing to calm your mind, so you can actually go on the inside and really listen to yourself and be more self-aware. Journaling, and this is something that is amazing. If you're able to take that on, it's amazing for you, and it helps you build that emotional intelligence, because the more you're writing things down, the more you are more intentional about your goals and all of that. It helps with our self-esteem. It helps with our focus, accountability. So this is a great tool. Positive environment, that's one of my favorites, because I would tell you that over the last 4 years, I've been surrounding myself more and more with super positive people that are here to empower, to elevate, not to talk behind anybody's back. Who has time for these things? And, are the people around you, I was just asking you, are they draining you or they are lifting you up? And also, if you're one of those things, that would be an amazing environment for you, would also, a walk in nature can really help you so much. They tell you that even if you go out for a walk outdoors for 20 minutes, you would see the benefits like amazingly. So at the end of the day, I believe that mindfulness creates better judgment, because the more we are in tune with ourselves and our bodies, the more, we are aware of what's happening, the more we can help it function at its best. And we do make better decisions, because those decisions will lead us to better quality of life in general. And, it all goes back to that. How are we feeling within ourselves, and how we are aware of what's happening on the inside, shielding ourselves, protecting ourselves the best way we can, giving ourselves the tools that will help us feel the best, around, and make healthier decisions based on our feeling. And at the end of the day, I would ask you one thing, because, this is cool. I love that picture. I'm like, who is ready for a spring 30-day detox with me? Because I believe in the power of this program. I believe in the power of detoxing in general. And I know that it will have an effect on your sleep, on feeling tired, on your energy, on your bloating level. And it would be one of those things that definitely could serve you. And just bear in mind, when the 30 days are done, you are definitely not left alone. You've learned so much from this program. And we definitely encourage you to maintain an 80-20 balance of clean 80% food. And, we want to live and we want to indulge, to make sure that what we have developed are some things that are sustainable, that are there for the long run, and they won't just, whittle down just because we stopped our 30 days. So on that note, if you'd like to know more, let me know. And thank you for being with me. All right.